Welcome to Hotline TV. I'm Josh Kraushar.
And I'm Reed Wilson. The Tea Party has been talk of the Republican establishment and the media for the last year and a half or so. What effect is it going to have in the 2012 elections? We're going to see a Republican field that really has to deal with this new phenomenon, Josh.
Where are the Tea Party candidates in the presidential field? I mean, you have the least likely Tea Party nominees that are going to New Hampshire, going to Iowa. Mitt Romney, of course, Mr. Establishment is with healthcare. He certainly doesn't have a record that the Tea Party folks are going to like. Haley Barbour, who's conservative, and he's trying to get a little bit of, he wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal trying to capture some of that Tea Party momentum. But this is Mr. Lobbyist, one of the biggest lobbying firms in Washington, has his name on it. And you go down and down the list. Even Mitch Daniels doesn't exactly excite the Tea Party activists. There's no one in the Republican field right now that really is a Tea Party candidate. Maybe Sarah Palin, but that means that it's ripe. The field is ripe for someone from the outside to come in and really grasp that enthusiasm.
Josh, there's one thing we're going to learn about the Tea Party now in the 2012 elections that we haven't really learned about them in 2010, which is how strongly do they feel about social issues. Social conservatives dominate key states in the Republican primaries. We haven't really seen social issues crop up in the 2008 election because everybody is so focused on the economy. I really see the Tea Party movement as benefiting three of these candidates, Sarah Palin, who came out with a web video yesterday, really a sort of campaign-style video. Mike Pence, the congressman from Indiana, has been courting the Tea Party movement for a long time, and I will say it, Haley Barbour, he may be the most insider of insiders. He was the chairman of the RNC in the 1994 cycle, and he's the chairman of the RGA now. There is nobody who screams Washington and Republican establishment more than Haley Barbour, but he's done a lot to court them, and he hasn't irritated them, unlike a lot of other Republican candidates. On the negative side, the Tea Party is bad for Mitt Romney. Josh mentioned the healthcare debate. That's got to be a killer in the Republican primary field. Their biggest objection to the Obamacare was the individual mandate. That was the keystone to Mitt Romney's Commonwealth care. I think it's also bad for Mitch Daniels, largely because of these social issues. He has come out and said he wants a truce on social issues. Christian conservatives in Iowa and South Carolina who dominate Tea Party movements in those states are not going to be terribly happy about that.
I think Jim DeMint is going to be, as the months go on, he'll be someone who is going to consider running for president. Why not? He's had a success record in these primaries, in these Senate races, where he's picked the stronger horse, and he's actually gotten some folks like Marco Rubio. When the establishment was looking at Charlie Crist, he actually had you can attack him for what he's done in Delaware, and rightly so, but if it wasn't for his actions in Florida, Marco Rubio might not be the Senate nominee right now.
Oh, look, I think Jim DeMint is absolutely raising his profile, and he's done a good job in courting those Tea Party voters. Across the aisle, I'm still waiting for Tim Pawlenty to really pop. He hasn't really shown any connection with the Tea Party movement, although he's trying to. We'll see how that goes. If he can give a real fire and brimstone sermon in the next couple of years, the next year or so, then I think he could be a factor, primarily because he's pursuing the most establishment type path right now, which frankly is how you win a presidential race. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Reed Wilson.
I'm Josh Kraushar. We'll see you next week on Hotline TV.